everyone, and welcome to the first day, which is day one of the Claire 12 Days of Xmas podcasts with me, Randy Prizzle. And obviously I'd like to welcome you guys and tell you guys that obviously the guest on today, hailing from nowhere, because no one is on today. We've got no guests on today. Fail. Well, people are really busy, and obviously it's the time when I thought, well, I've got to fly solo on this today, and it's going to be a big one. Going alone. I've done it before, usually on the Clarepoint podcast. Never done it before on the Xmas one though, so this is a very much a new experience for me, doing this on my own on the Xmas one. So obviously what this Xmas podcast will be about for this day, for the people who don't know, this happened last year. We started off season 1 last year. We are now into season 2, and season 2 obviously this time around will be more debating. So we will be debating more Xmas topics and also bringing you guys some funny questions, funny answers, random things, as usual, as you usually get on the Clarepoint podcast, but the same thing with the Xmas in motion. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome me onto the podcast, because I'm my own guest on the podcast today. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for having myself. I appreciate you, Randy. Yes, you're hailing from somewhere in the southwest region, Randy Prizzle. So, yes. Okay, cool. Now we've done the introductions out the way, and everything seems like it's going okay at the point in time. Let's get straight on to a few debating topics. So here's one I got for you guys. You guys obviously are going to be the guys who can respond to this now, because the people obviously who are supposed to be on here aren't going to be on here until maybe tomorrow or the day after, so some other day. So I've got some debates that I'm going to put out there, but I'm going to answer these questions also myself. But I want you guys to have these questions in your mind and answer what you want to answer. You can put your comments below if you feel like the answer you want to answer is a completely different answer from mine. I don't mind you guys doing that. I would love you guys to get involved, and maybe this is a way for us to kind of communicate through us not actually communicating. But anyways, let's get straight on to the first debating topic for you guys that I've got here, which is, how soon is it okay to start playing Christmas music? Now, we got 4 options here, so I'm going to read you the 4 options. 1, after Halloween. 2, after Thanksgiving. 3, only in December. 4, year-round, please. Now, the first one, obviously for me, I would rule out straight away, is year-round. There's no fucking chance in hell you should be playing Christmas music all year round. The people who do that are generally weirdos. That's all I've got to say there. I know I'm a weirdo, but the fact of the matter is that people would prefer to listen to Xmas music all year round. There's got to be a bit of a screw loose there. Come on, surely. You know what I mean? You can't literally be in that mindset that every single day you're playing Christmas music until the day Christmas actually arrives. Something is wrong there.
Access denied.
100%. So generally, I look at it as that. You can't be having Xmas music all year round. Like, you're playing Christmas music for that period of time. There's got to be something where that says to you, hello, Christmas music is not that type of music that you can be playing around like your normal type of hip-hop, R&B, whatever type of music you're into. And yes, obviously, Christmas music varies, because you've got different types of Christmas music. You've got jazzy, you've got pop, you've got R&B, you've got hip-hop, you've got normal standard stuff, trance maybe. So it just depends. Christmas can literally be any type of music. So, but I'd say to the people who are playing music all year round, this Christmas music all year round, what is wrong with you? Do you have any sense in your head? do you have any sense in your head? That's my, in my kind of my African parents' native tongue. Do you have any sense? What is going on? No, don't clap. That was a bad impression, but anyways. We're going to move on to obviously the third option, which was only in December. Now, this one seems probably the more likeliness I would choose. But I do feel that still be a bit maybe too late, I think. I'm tending to more lead towards, Thanksgiving after that period of time. Because I think after Thanksgiving, I think that's the necessary time to start playing Christmas tunes. That's just generally on my part. Because you got the turkey, you got all of that, and you're giving thanks and that. It's kind of in the same sort of brackets as Christmas. And I know obviously here in the UK, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So for the people out there who do, America and wherever, yeah, that was
awkward.
I didn't expect guns to come out on that one. It wasn't meant to come out, but it is what it is on that one. So, yeah, okay. But yes, general times, I do think like after Thanksgiving, generally for me. Only in December, I just feel it's a bit too late to start playing Christmas music. You know what I mean? Because the December the 1st, you're kind of in that mood where the tree, I generally feel for me, I'm not going to get into a debate in case it comes up again, because I feel it might. So, at that period of time, I do think it's probably a bit late to put, stuff like tree and decorations up. I do think it probably needs to happen before. And I'm one to talk, because literally just yesterday, me and my family put the tree and decorations up. You know what I mean? How late was that? But you know what I mean? It's that kind of year where we were literally a bit deflated. Because of all the stuff that went on, it's very hard to get yourself in the mood for Christmas and all that sort of period of time. So, you know what I mean? Very hard. You have to kind of literally take in what's going on around you and keep moving with the times. And kind of just say, well, this year's been a really, really fucked up year. And if you all look at it, it has been an absolutely mad year. You know what I mean? For everybody. You know what I mean? So for the people, well, I wouldn't say, some people obviously were earning money and made a lot of money. Not a bad year for them. They've had luxury, you know what I mean? Living life, feeling great, feeling good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, swinging their dick or their pussy around, and then they're hanging it out the window for the whole world to see. For them, it's glorious. It's wonderful. It's, do you know what I mean? But for us here, this year's been an awful year. But generally, the ones I would lean to is definitely after Thanksgiving for me. After Halloween, I think again, it's probably a bit too early to go after Halloween. But I don't see no problems in doing that one. Do you know what I mean? I do think like, if you're looking for year-round, bit of a weirdo, only in December, questionable, but a bit late. After Thanksgiving, I feel like that's probably the right sort of time. Halloween, again, I think it's probably a bit late there. I mean, it's so a bit too early there. But that's just generally what I think. But what do you guys think? You can put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. And cool. We're going to move forward now to still talk some more debates and come to a next one for you. So, the one I've got here, which basically is saying, alright, this is obviously right now another one for you guys, which I've got here. Is Santa Claus evil? Now think about this one. Is Santa Claus evil? That will probably be some of the kids' mind. Be like,
what do you mean Santa Claus? Santa Claus is not evil. I don't know what you're talking about saying Santa's evil. Santa isn't evil. He lays presents under the tree for us and everything. How can you say he's evil?
But, I generally think Santa Claus can be a bit of a dick, do you know what I mean? Because Santa is basically saying, alright, I'm here for this period of time during this one period of Christmas, and that's it. You know what I mean? You're supposed to give these kids presents, right? And there's obviously a kid is doing bad, right? The kid's going to get a coal or something, you know what I mean? Coal in their stockings. I've never obviously seen Santa Claus come to life. So for me and to all them kids out there, sorry to burst your bubble, but Santa Claus just ain't real. Simple as. That's probably some of the kids', hearts right now that's literally dropping and failing. Like, what do you mean Santa Claus ain't real? What are you talking about? I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening to you. You're talking rubbish. Rubbish!
But, I generally feel like Santa Claus right now is the epitome of a false prophet. That's in these kids' eyes. You know what I mean? And this is the reason why Santa is probably evil, I would say, because it gives you that false hope and that false promise as a kid to believe that Santa's going to come down your chimney. How can a fat man, be fitting down your chimney? There is the logic in that. Do you see how small these chimneys are when you go around to people's ends and estates and stuff like that? I mean, listen, most times in the ends, you're not really going to have, let's say council houses that he can fit through. He's going to have to buzz his way in, or he's going to have to kick down the door or find some back way in to getting into an estate house in or something like that. But if he can't make it in there, then you kind of wonder if he's managed to make it in, how the hell he got in there. Did he break in through a window? You know what I mean? Because there's general logic there. If you see a man in a red suit in your place, you have to ask some questions. You know what I mean? First off, I'm not going to be standing there and go, oh, it's Santa Claus. I'm pulling out a baseball bat and swinging at this motherfucker and asking him, how the fuck did you get in my place? Because that's the number one thing I'm asking him. You know what I mean? Don't come with all this, I'm here for the goodness of the kids and Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Shut the fuck up and tell me how you got into my house. That's the first thing I ask you. You know what I mean? Especially if I caught you late at night trying to put stuff under my tree. At the first sign of anything, I'm thinking to myself, why is there a guy in a suit putting stuff under my trees? That's the first thing I will ask questions about. I'm not going to be standing there applauding, man, and going, well, carry on then, Santa. Carry on. If you say you're Santa, carry on. I mean, they were like, why are you here? And how the fuck did you get in my house? And before anything, I'm getting my baseball bat. I'll say, listen, I didn't air no door squeak and all that. So how did you get in there? How did you get in? There's no such thing as you being real. So don't give me that bullshit that you magically appeared somewhere and went, ho, 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 and you got ridden here by fucking Rudolph and the rest of them reindeers. Don't give me that bullshit, yeah? Me not idiot, I'm not an idiot. And that's all I gotta say on that. Simple as. So I do think in the motions of anything, Santa Claus is actually quite evil. Because the fact of the matter is, they've lied to kids for years. When kids go home, they're expecting presents under the trees. This is how parents have to fork out so much money sometimes, because the kids are all into that spirit. Oh yeah, Christmas is here. I want this. Santa Claus is going to give me that. And then they put the list out there and whatever under their pillow and stuff, and then expect that to come true. Like, I'm speaking not as a parent, by the way, I haven't got any children, but I can imagine how that feels for some parents, where some parents probably, let's say, can't get the gift that the kid wants. Let's say the special gift. Maybe if you can, great. Then I would say you're spoiling your kid. Let's be honest there. Your kid probably needs to know hard times. Let's be honest there. Your kid needs to know that sometimes you can't always have it good. You know what I mean? It's not no Usher. You got it bad when you're on a phone. No, you can't have it bad. You got to have it really bad. Do you know what I mean? And that's all I got to say on that one. So, but yeah, man, I definitely feel like Santa Claus is definitely evil. It gets these kids thinking stuff. It gets these kids, feeling like they are going to get the world. And it's like, you ain't going to get that. You know what I mean? And all the time when you have all these things like Tooth Fairy and all these man them, they're not real. They're not real. They're not real. Stop with the bullshit about, oh yeah, well, this is this and that is that. Stop. Because some of you actually believe your own hype and believe that.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Exactly. For Pete's sakes. And this is why some of these children need to understand. This is why, for me, I thought Santa Claus represents a bad nature. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say he's evil. He's an evil cunt. No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say Santa Claus is a very, very bad, made-up story. And that's what kids now believe in all this Christmas shit. I think from young, children need to understand that this whole idea of fucking Santa Claus, you need to get that shit out of your brain. And for me, if I had a kid, I would tell that kid at least from the ages of probably 8 or 7 even. I'd break that kid's heart, but I will break their heart very slowly, like the heartbreak kids. You know what I mean? Super kick them. But I won't actually super kick my kid, but I'll super kick them in the heart to make them understand that Santa Claus is not real. You know what I mean? That'll be the sign of me kicking their heart, but I wouldn't actually kick their heart. I'll just hit it with a big bass of boom. Like, no.
That's what he said.
Exactly.
Headshot.
And that's what I'll give them. A massive headshot. So there'll be no
Ho, ho, ho!
none of that shit.
Hooray!
That's what I'd be after when I told them that. It is what it is. Sorry, no fucking Santa Claus. Yeah, this motherfucker ain't real. He isn't gonna come and make all your problems go away and make you feel like you're the best thing in the world. He's not gonna give you the greatest of gifts if man can't afford that moolah. Because not everyone is in the space where they can give you the things you want. This is how it is. I'm being real out here for some of these people. If you do get some presents, you probably will get that.
That's a low price!
And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be on a discount thing. It's going to be one of them things you got from Black Friday sales and something. Like, and then that present's got to be hidden for like the month until the Christmas comes. And then you can wrap that and put that on the tree. Yay, Christmas. I know people say you don't want to hurt children's feelings, but children need to get a grip and understand. This is not what you think it is. It's tough times out here, you know. And that's simple as. But anyways, that's my thoughts. It's not generally all my thoughts on Santa Claus, but that's my kind of argument case of why I believe Santa Claus is evil. But what do you guys think about Santa Claus? Do you think he's evil? Put your comments below on that one, or keep it to yourself. We're going to move on to the next debate I have for you guys. We'll come for one more, and then we'll call it time on this Xmas podcast. Okay, this is the one that I was going to kind of spoil, but I didn't really want to spoil, but let's get into it. When do you start decorating for Christmas? So this is obviously the big one for people out there. When do you start decorating for Christmas? All right, the first option is after Halloween, which, as I said, again, I think is a bit too early. After Thanksgiving, yeah, you know, I feel that's quite reasonable. Beginning of December. Now, usually me and my family, most of the times we do it at the beginning of December. I kind of don't agree with it to some extent. I do think we should do it before it, because it makes the spirit of Christmas start to flow through you. And it's not no Santa Claus bullshit. It's the fact of the feeling of goodwill, good nature. You know, around that period of time, you want to see lights, you want to see something that's going to make you go,
Oh, boy!
and that's not just the presents. It's, you know, the family that's around you. You're looking forward to the day, eating food, all of that, the anticipation. And that's what I'd say decorating and all that can give you the vibe of like, this is happening. This is here now. The day is approaching. And that's all I got to say on that one. So for me, I generally feel like after Thanksgiving is probably the best time. But obviously my family, we do it beginning of December. Don't ask me why. It's just kind of like one of them things, innit? I can't explain it, so I can't really, I can't knock that either. I still think that's still a good option, but I still think after Thanksgiving is probably the best time to do it. And then number 4, because I am lazy, and this is the honest truth to some people, I haven't took down the decorations that have been in my room for about a year. They've still been up there. I have like this weird tree in my room, which is mad to say, like this kind of decor tree, right? That has got been kind of drilled into like my wall. I will probably have to get it on at some point when I'm doing an episode on my YouTube channel. Check it out at Randy Prizzle. And you guys can see what I'm talking about. So that's literally been up for about a year. And it hasn't changed. You know what I mean? I've got literally decorations on that thing. Like baubles, fucking snow globes and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? Only thing that's probably missing from it is lights. But I have all of that there. So it is what it is. I decorated the tree because, when the decor is there, it's literally a naked tree in the winter, no leaves, and it's just, so I just decorated it with baubles and all them, ting them there. But I should have took it off, but I hadn't bothered. And that's what I'm going to say. I've been lazy. Really, really fucking lazy. But it is what it is. That's what I'm going to say on that. So, yeah. But that's what I feel about that. And I generally feel the same thing as I said for, the whole Christmas music is the same thing that should go with decorating. I generally think it's the same thing. Alright, I'm going to come to a last one for you guys. Just give you one more. Let's try and hit the 20-something minute mark, and then we're going to call a bit of time on this one for this first episode. So, there we go. This is a debate for you guys, some of you guys out there. Christmas tree this year, artificial or real? Now, big up my guy Shaku, who's got the artificial brand. But for me, personally, I do think the best option and the cheapest and the most economical option is getting the plastic tree. Like, it's been in my... I've had the tree that we put up yesterday. We've had that tree for like about 8-9 years. We still use the same tree. Nothing wrong with it. Obviously now, the kind of parts at the bottom have started to fall off, so it's looked a bit manky now. Do you know what I mean? But in all of that, the tree does its job. It does its job. Like, it's only really got to be up for one day. If you think about the tree, Christmas Day. If you're deeping this tree thing, the tree only needs to be up for one day. So why are you going to buy a tree that obviously smells like pine and all that? It's nice to have a pine tree, but it makes no sense to me. No sense having a pine tree. You know what I mean? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of effort as well. When you take that thing out, the amount of pine you've got to, and all that shit you got to clean up. No. I don't want to do hard work. Forget that. So I'd rather leave that out, innit? So, that's all I got to say on that one, in general. But I do think Christmas trees, I don't mind either way people want to have them. But generally for me, I'd rather not have a real tree. There's no point in having one. You know what I mean? I'd rather stick to the fake stuff that still does the job, that's cheaper. You can wrap it up and use it again next year. No problem with that. Pull it out of your basement or wherever it's been lying, gathering dust and shit. Brush the dust off and try again. As the Aaliyah song said, first you don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. You can get it up to try again. Oh, all of that. So yeah, that's generally where I feel about that. But it's the case where you look at it and you say, there's no point. And that's all I've got to say. There's no point generally buying this real tree and putting it up in your room. That's all I'm saying. It looks nice and it looks pretty to have a real one. But at the end of it all, it's you that's got to clean all that shit up. Now, if you don't mind cleaning the shit up, then fine, whatever. But for me, when you have that constant pine smell, generally for me, that can get to my throat. Like, I'm very weird with smells and things that are quite a bit pungent. So it can get me to the point where I'm like, you know, clearing my throat and all that. I don't want to be doing that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Where man is literally now sounding like Ja Rule. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be sounding like Ja all the time and having to... You know what I mean? So, forget all of that. Let's leave that out. Well, that's just my thoughts on that. But, yeah, what do you guys think?
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. What do you guys think of that? You know what I mean? You can put your comments below on that one. Or you keep to yourself. And cool. So, we'll have, obviously, guys, a last little surprise for you all. I mean, listen. Obviously, people do know Randy does do the karaoke thing. So, I would obviously leave it with you guys with a karaoke thing. Now, I'm probably not going to do this when other people will be on, you know, this wouldn't happen. But because, you know, I'm here and it's a merry thing, innit? So, you know, let's get into it and let's give you guys some of the vibes of the Christmas times. So, you know, let me find a decent one for you all and all that, you know. That's something that I would sing, and not something that I'd, you know, make look like an idiot myself, but, you know. Alright. Alright, just go with that one. Alright, there we go. Christmas tune, karaoke, let's get into it. Yeah, ignore that. That's just an ad. That's just an ad. That's just an ad. That's just an ad. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, shut up. We ready? This is just going to be pure singing, by the way. No ad-libs like you usually get from the karaoke. There you let's go. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. It's Christmas time. We let in light and we banish shade. I don't know if it's really good, but yeah. And in a world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. Throw your arms around the world at Christmas time. But say a prayer. Pray for the other ones at Christmas time. It's hard, but when you're having fun, there's a world outside your window, and it's a world full of dread and fear, and the only water flowing is the bitter string of tears, and the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom. Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you, and there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life. Real talk. Where nothing ever grows, no rain or river flows. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Here's to you, raise a glass for everyone. Here's to them underneath that burning sun. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Do they know? Do they know, blood? Yeah. Too early. Too early. Too early. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Feed the world. them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time again. That's all, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to this day one, first episode of the Claire 12 Days of Xmas podcast. Till next day, which is tomorrow, I'll see you then. So, have a good one and drink lots. It's Christmas time, bitches.